Hi everyone, myself Vinayar. I am studying electronic engineer course named Digital Communication, course code 18EC61. I am explaining about properties of Fourier transformer. First property linearity, second property time shift, third one frequency shift, fourth one Passerville theorem, fifth one time reversal. First one linear property. Fourier transform of weighted sum of two signals is equal to the weighted sum of the Fourier transform. Proof: if x1 of t is equal to x1 of omega and x2 of 2 is equal to x2 of omega, then a x1 of t plus b x2 of t is equal is a x1 of omega plus b x2 of omega. Proof: Fourier transform of open bracket a x1 of t plus b x2 of t into closer bracket is equals to integration of minus infinity to plus infinity open bracket ax1 of t plus bx2 of t close bracket e power minus j omega t into dt is equals to integration of minus infinity to plus infinity ax1 of t e power j omega t into dt plus infinity integration minus infinity to plus infinity bx2 t into e power minus j omega t into dt. Next, a of integration minus infinity to plus infinity. A is common. Integration of minus infinity to plus infinity x1 of t e power minus j omega t dt plus b common minus infinity to plus infinity x2 of t into e power minus j omega t into dt. A x1 of omega plus b x2 of omega. Linear property. Time shift property. The time shift property means that a shift in a time corresponds to pace for rotation in the frequency domain. F of x into t minus 10 is equals to x into minus j 2 pi f of ft 0 into x of f. Proof: time shift property. X of t is equals to x of omega. X of t minus t naught is equals to x e power minus j omega t naught into x of omega. Proof: Fourier transfer of x of t minus t naught is equals to integration of minus infinity to plus infinity x of t minus t naught into e power minus j omega t dt. Letting t minus t naught is equals to t. T is also is equals to t minus tau. Dt is equals to d tau. Also t is equals to minus infinity. This tau is minus infinity. And as t is infinity and tau is infinity, the Fourier transform of x of t minus t naught is equals to integration of minus infinity to plus infinity x of tau e power minus j omega t naught plus tau into dt. It is equal to e power minus j omega t naught integration of minus infinity to plus infinity x of tau into e power minus j omega tau into d tau. The Fourier transform of x of t minus t naught is equals to e power j omega t naught into x of omega is verified. Next one, frequency shift property states that the multiplication of a time domain signal x of t by an exponential cause of the frequency spectrum to be shifted by omega naught. Proof: frequency shifting. If x of t is equals to x of omega, x of t equals j omega naught t is equals to x of omega minus omega naught. Proof: Fourier transfer of x of t equals j omega naught t is equals to integration of minus infinity to plus infinity x of t into e power minus j omega t close bracket e power minus j into e power minus j omega t into dt is also equals to integration of minus infinity to plus infinity x of t equal minus j omega minus omega naught t into dt. Therefore is equals to x into omega minus omega naught. The Fourier transform of x of t equal minus j omega naught t is equal to the x of omega minus omega naught. The next one, Passerville theorem. The energy computed in a time domain is equal to the energy computed in a frequency domain. Proof: x1 of t is equals to x1 of omega and x2 of t is equals to x2 of omega. Then integration of minus infinity to plus infinity x1 of t into x2 of t into dt is equals to 1 by 2 pi integration of minus infinity to plus infinity x1 of omega into x2 of omega d omega. Proof. Consider integration of minus x1 of t minus infinity to plus infinity x1 of t into x2 of t dt is equals to integration of minus infinity to plus infinity open bracket 1 by 2 pi integration of minus infinity to plus infinity x of omega into e power j omega into d omega close bracket x2 of t into dt. The next step is 1 by 2 pi integration of minus infinity to plus infinity x1 of omega the open bracket integration minus infinity to plus infinity x2 of t e power j omega t into dt close bracket d omega. The next is the 1 by 2 pi integration of minus infinity to plus infinity x1 of omega open bracket the integration of minus infinity to plus infinity x2 of t e power minus j omega t dt into d omega. This Fourier transfer of x2 of t is equals to x2 of omega. The final step is integration of minus infinity plus infinity x1 of t into x2 of t into dt is equals to 1 by 2 pi integration of minus infinity to plus infinity x1 of omega into x2 of omega d omega. It is verified. The next one is time reversal property. It states that if the function f of t is reversed in the time domain, then it is a spectrum and frequency domain also reversal. Time reversal. X of t is equals to x of omega, x of minus t is equals to x of minus omega. The Fourier transfer of x of minus t is equals to integration of minus into plus into x of minus t into e power minus j omega t dt. Let minus t is equals to tau. D tau is equals to d tau. T is equals to minus infinity. Tau is equals to infinity. T is equals to infinity. Tau is equals to minus infinity. The Fourier transform of x of minus t is equals to minus integration of infinity to infinity x of tau into e power minus j omega minus tau d tau. The next step is minus integration of minus infinity to plus infinity x of tau e power minus j omega into minus omega tau d tau is equals to x of minus omega. It is final. It is equals to x of minus t is equals to x of minus omega. It is been verified. Thank you for watching my video.